Hello, fellow safety and health professional, and welcome to another podcast in a series of podcasts based on an article in Safety and Health magazine that's all about you. Spring is my favorite season. Many places worldwide celebrate spring as a time for a new life and fresh beginnings, especially here in New Jersey, though we didn't have that bad of a winter. I still love it when spring comes. After a cold winter, though, if you're places where they have really cold winters, nothing lifts the spirits better than the blossoming of spring flowers and the lengthening of the sun's smile. It can also get your creative juices flowing. One thing I do every spring is add a new habit or two to my routine, both at home and work, and also see how can I refresh or update my professional life. Now, here's what I'm talking about, and hopefully this discourse will inspire you to make some spring-like changes too. The first thing is add a fresh way to improve your body or mind. In my case, what I've done, I've just bought a basketball. I haven't played basketball in so long. So I'm going to, instead of running on the treadmill or jogging, I'll shoot a few hoops. I'll go, 15, 20 minutes or a half hour or so. If you go dribbling a basketball, run around the court and throw, it's good. It's a workout for sure. You can do the same thing with any personal routine. That one with the basketball, I usually jog on a treadmill or, around the block or something, but now I'll do the basketball. Well, the same thing with something even simpler that you do every day, like brushing your teeth. I now brush my teeth with my non-dominant hand, my left hand. Well, but credible research has shown that this simple change, going from your dominant to your non-dominant hand, can actually improve your brain function. And then I remember there was a bunch of different things you can do like that. And I said, let me try it. So I was going to do it for like 6 weeks or so. But then after a while, I naturally will brush my teeth with my left hand. So I was thinking, well, perhaps I should switch back to my right hand, to my dominant hand. I wonder if that would actually improve your brain function too. Now, I enjoy doing this. It was kind of strange at first to, brush your teeth with your other hand, but that's cool. And it's good for me, too. It'll be good for you to do that type of thing, to change your routine. Now, here's something you can do wherever it is that you are a safety and health professional, and that's to review your safety program elements. So you probably at your company and organization have training modules, procedures, and all different elements of your safety program that haven't changed one bit for years. That doesn't mean that they aren't viable or that they don't meet legal and company requirements. If I came to look them over, I'd say, oh yeah, these look fine. It just means that they may be stale, especially if there's something that involves training every year with your employees, and could use some spicing up, even if it's just a title or cover page or the way you set it up. Whether it's a hard copy or virtual, changing the look and format will help employees notice the page or pages or whatever it is. They'll notice it more because it's changed. And they'll enjoy looking at it more, especially if you make it more pleasing. Now, when I was a full-time safety trainer, I taught a radiation worker review, RAD worker review course, which the title supposes was a review for experienced employees. Some of the employees that will come to this class have been at the plant for 10 years and are still coming for a review class. Well, I would always, especially this class, I remember, add new activities, several sometimes, and stories to the day-long review every spring, once a year, and I'd do it in springtime before we usually had outages. Not only did the reviewers enjoy the change, but so did I. It was fun. For example, one year I added a game at the end of the course that covered all the objectives. At the end, for about an hour, we'd go through this game that would cover all the objectives of the course, which most of the employees knew, at least some, but it was fast and furious. And winners got a prize like a yodeling pickle or different, handful of finger puppets, something like that. So it was kind of fun that way, too. And it turned topics that employees struggled to pay attention to because they already knew most of the material into it was an intensive interactive training experience. And I did that for about a year and a half, and then I switched over again and did start doing something else the following spring. All right, do some mental spring cleaning. We all get into mental ruts when our thoughts today are similar to yesterday. It's a type of laziness. Not that you're mean you're a lazy person. It's just we want to think the same things a lot for a long time. It's less energy. Though I just don't do this in the spring. I try to do this at various times. I find that taking longer walks and being outdoors, uh, sometimes just to walk around and think about something, inspires me to explore new mental adventures. For example, uh, I last year was thinking, what should I think about different? And I said, hey, what if I do a different genre of books, like just one theme for a while? And so I started reading books about how animals experience the world, or animals' intelligence, that type of thing. Umwelt is how they experience the world. For almost a year, I did that. And my favorite book from that time was called An Immense World by Pulitzer Prize winning author Ed Young. It's fantastic. It's really good. Of course, I still read safety and health stuff, you know, things that keep up with the business. But delving into a new topic, something I've never like really delved up deep into for a bit, was kind of fun last year. So this year, I'm reading books about the human body. And so far, my favorite is Bill Bryson's The Body, A Guide for Occupants. It's a really good book. And I've learned so much about the body, my own body, really, that I didn't even know at all. Uh, there are there's a lot of benefits to doing something like that, to putting new life into your reading and to change your pursuits. That's something you wouldn't probably realize. This is just one of many benefits. You'll become a more interesting person. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but one thing I can be really good with conversations if I meet people in airports and we're all over the place is that I have a lot of things inside my head because a variety of topics that are interesting. It improves my conversational repertoire, and I'm sure it will to you too. So even if you live in Southern California, I don't live there, but I've been there many times, where spring doesn't receive much fanfare because it's always good weather. But the idea of freshening up a few things at home and work is still a pleasant task no matter where you live. I look forward to it every year, to doing some new, fresh stuff. And I hope, after listening to this podcast or reading the article, that you will too.